AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Woj is reporting that OG Anunoby has advanced in his rehab and believes there's a real opti for him to return with the season on the line. Woj also Wojnarowski on Josh Hart's injury. We know he got hurt during the game, as Flea alluded to. Woj says on Hart, almost any movement for Hart stirs pain, including simply coughing and breathing. There's no escaping the pain. By the way, before we tap into OG and how optimistic we are, the length of time to recover from a hamstring strain or tear will depend on how severe the injury is. A minor muscle pull or strain at grade 1 may take a few days to heal, whereas it may take a few weeks or months to recover from a muscle tear, grade 2 or 3. So you heard Woj, we heard a bunch of people reporting that OG Anunoby may play tomorrow, game 7. Josh Hart, the heart of the team, basically. That injury was crazy yesterday, Fleet. When he went, the way he went down, the way he held his stomach, the way he was still in pain on the bench in the second half, that one hurt. That stupid sticker on his stomach, that hurt just to see it. Him being in pain is, again, anybody questioning with the whole Tom Thibodeau thing. I never questioned the injuries with Tom Thibodeau. That's silly. But how did you feel when you saw that, when Josh Hart bending over like that or hunched over because of the injury?
It's just a gut punch, man. Gut punch. Because that's one of the guys that you don't want to go down, right? That's one of the guys that you know is going to bring it every night. That's one of the guys that is the heart and soul of this New York Knicks team, right? He has found a home with us, and I love him to death. I love everything that he brings to us. So to see him go down was truly, truly disappointing. I thought, I think it's a little more serious than I think they want to tell us right now. Abdominal strain is cool. Him asking out the game, reports of it hurting when you cough and breathe like that. Did you break a rib? Did you bruise a rib? I'm sure there's something else going on, right? And I'm no doctor, so let me jump out there and say that before they try to kill me and tell. I'm not a doctor, but I do know, like, if that is he doesn't ask to come out of games. He doesn't ask to come out of games. And it was relatively non-contact, meaning Siakam didn't hit him in the midsection. It just looked like it was just a movement. And, from there, he was the different player now. But big shout out to Josh Hart. He tried to tough it out and really tried to play through it. But that's just another blow, man. Pause. That's just another blow to the Knicks. We getting really deep into the season, right? We in mid-May now, and so everybody is dinged up. And that's really what it's always been. If you can, the healthiest team is usually at the end, obviously the best team, but the best, healthiest team usually wins. And so if you can stay healthy throughout the playoffs and get to that finish line, and be a great team, you got a shot at it. But, it's just like, it's just like a sniper, right? It's like a sniper. And I hope that's not a bad, reference, but it's just they keep sneaking up on us and it just keeps hitting us out of nowhere, So it's frustrating. It's frustrating because what we can be as a healthy unit, right? But no excuse. We in game 7, Eastern Conference semifinals, right? We right back here. So let's get to it.
Man, I couldn't believe it when he got hurt. I'm just like, I wasn't even in shock. I was just like kind of frozen, in denial. Like, nah, it's just everybody. And this is the part when you and AllBall asked me, But who we gonna replace Josh Hart with? Like, it's production, and I'm like, all he needs is rest. I ain't talking about producing for or anyone replacing his production because there ain't nobody in the league like him. There's nobody in the world like him. He captured our hearts. We as much as we talk about Brunson, as much as I talk about OG, we don't talk about Josh Hart enough.
Nope.
Not enough. That guy, 18 rebounds, 20 rebounds, being like a baby Rodman out there, baby Barkley out there. He finally learned the one thing we always complain about was going coast to coast and everybody just slapping the ball out of his hand, hitting it, going off his knee. He finally learned not to let up his dribble, and just he's gotten better. To the point where
Becoming a better shooter. Like he's elevated his level of shooting. Like
he won us those first two games of the Garden of the playoffs against the Philadelphia 76ers. He shot 45%, whatever it was. Yeah. 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 Big time. Big time. When you talk about guys again, why they say, Skip Bayless made the clutch gene infamous, but you can't tell me he's not clutch because he don't hit he hit big time shots, but he's just there when the moment matters.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing streaky about his energy, about his effort. There's nothing streaky about it. No
Nope.
disrespect to Hartenstein, but he doesn't have this kind of effort. I mean, this is what we always talk about. Damn, what if he was 6'10"? We always say that. What if Hart was 6'10"?
Huh.
Monster.
He'd be a NBA perennial all-star. Perennial all-star in this league. He'd outplay some of your favorite players.
He'd embarrass them.
He would outplay some of your favorite players at 6'10".
He would embarrass them. And of course, you know, the OG thing. I'm conflicted.
I don't want to rush him back. I don't want to rush him back, bro. I don't want to rush him back. I'm sorry to cut you. I don't want to rush this dude back. This is a commodity. This is something that we need going forward, right? We want this guy to work on his game this summer. We don't want this guy to have to rehab. Like, it's different, bro. You understand what I mean? It's different. When guys go into the summertime, hurt, banged up, stuff like that, you take a week off, 2 weeks off, whatever, and then you get back in to elevating your game. But for some guys that go into the summertime legitimately injured, now you're working on rehab. Then you start working on getting ready for the season. I want OG to have a summer where he's strictly just working on his game and not having to work on rehabbing from said injury, right? Whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying? It's a different kind of summer. Julius is gonna have a different kind of summer this summer. Some of it is gonna be rehabbing. He's not gonna be ready to really like start taking his game to another level. He can't work on it. He has to get right. So it's a different approach. Jalen Brunson is going to have the opportunity to be pissed off if he loses to Indy or be pissed off if he loses to Boston, right? He's going to go into the summertime pissed off and be able to just work on his game. So it's a different I don't know. I do want to win game 7, bro. And OG out there, any semblance of him is something better than nothing, especially if we're going to have a hobble Josh Hart as well. It's tough for me. I don't know how. I guess one thing I can't give a definitive answer on because I love the dude.
No, I think you gave a definitive answer. That's, again, this is what they talk about upstairs. General managers, the front office. I would think OG's having this conversation with his people. Even though it's kind of the same people, CAA is upstairs in the front office and on his cell phone. But yeah. I think OG is everything you said is correct. You don't want him to just rehab, especially even further injury, because the hamstring thing, I just flashed back to James Harden when he got hurt. And that's when I learned about tearing a hamstring. And with a grade 3 and all that is like, I think I was on Twitter one time and people that used to run were saying, bro, when you tear your hamstring like that ain't just, you don't come back next year. That could take some time. And you're playing basketball. It's not like I'm running on a track. Like, that guy's playing basketball. And it's James Harden, so you saw the difference.
Completely.
Tearing the hamstring is this is a mild version of it. Hopefully he doesn't do any more of it. And there's a lot of running. it's a lot more. It'll be a lot more responsibility. And with Tibbs, he's he's a lunatic.
Yeah, just
7-man rotation.
go get right, OG. Go
Yeah.
get right. Go get right.
Now the other side to that is Willis Reed moment, Game 7.
Go get
You
right,
know,
OG. Go get
I
right.
I I'm with you, but he's thinking about that contract, bro. He's thinking about a $145, and it's a lot easier for them to go, oh, here you go. We traded for you, like you said yesterday. We traded for you. We gave up our number 3 draft pick, our 6-man, who could have been a 6-man of the year, averages 20, could have been at 25 million, whatever it is. We traded them for you. If he goes out and we win Game 7, and he has a lot to do with it, he sits down at the negotiation table and it just looks different. The fans, he sells more jerseys. That's just the movie screen, movie script energy behind it. And
Here
it is what it is.
he
Go.
go.
Like
Here he
you
go.
you can't
Here he go. Here he go.
you
Here he
can't tell
go.
me I'm
Here
wrong.
he go. Here
Do
he
you
go.
if you're OG, are you thinking about that?
Bro, him probably not. OG probably not.
What?
Probably not. Him probably not. He's probably
Why are you saying him no?
because I just think that the dude is legitimately just trying to get healthy, right? Number one. Number two, I also think he's probably under the impression that he's done enough to make sure that that deal is gonna come from us. Like he's done more than enough. I don't think that there should be any speculation on if we should be re-signing OG and Anunoby. I don't think there should be any speculation unless you have a surefire replacement plan to replace what he does or collectively what he does. Then, like I said, once you make that trade for RJ, and once you trade RJ and IQ for him, you basically re-signing him right there. So I don't think. Lastly, I just don't think Game 7 he has to put himself in position to potentially not even be ready for next year. Let's say something goes wrong and he's not ready for next year. Like, because I fully expect us as a team next season to, now there'll be expectations on the Knicks. So,
Okay. I guess I can understand you saying if I'm OG, you traded me from Toronto, I'm here. 15. Thank you, Shaquan. 15-2 record to remind everybody.
yep.
In January with OG and Julius Randle and Mitchell Robinson wasn't even there yet.
Best team in basketball in January. Best team in basketball.
Also, if he has anyone in his corner that sounds like me, all he needs is me on his phone. Like, look what the fans think. Look what they were saying a month ago. Okay. I gotta. You're more grounded, right? So you're gonna say if I'm sitting at the negotiation table and I'm his agent, bro, I've done enough, and y'all kind of put yourself in a corner. Like, ain't no way you can't give me this deal.
Yeah, it's because how creative you gonna get this summer? Do you want to pull up the 2024 free agent list and really look? Because if you wanna take your chances and let OG test the market, I promise you do not want him to land in Philly, Indiana, Milwaukee.
That's if he turns down the deal. I'm
just saying, you don't want him to walk and actually be on another team that he's gonna help elevate.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.